Welcome back to the Solid Verbal Boys and Girls. My name is Ty Hildenbrand. Joining me over there in New York City, my good friend Dan Rubinstein. Sir, how are you?
I'm good. I'm excited for people to hear this show and hear the good times they either were able to enjoy in person and relive them, or hear what they missed out on, especially since the fact is they don't get to hear the Q&A part. That's for live people only.
The Q&A part is the live show exclusive, but the audio that we've posted for everyone to hear today is the recording from our Atlanta live show. We did it on Saturday, January the 6th. It was a Saturday evening before the national championship. We packed folks in. It was a bit of a tight squeeze, but I think as you'll hear from the audio recording, just a good time all around. This is maybe my favorite recording we've ever done, certainly my favorite live show.
And I will add, because people can't tell by listening to this, when we showed up, we had to set everything up.
Yes.
So, yeah, everybody was very nice. It was a pretty empty venue when we arrived. So we were setting up chairs while Ty, and I say we by whoever was there with me, Ty was he unzipped his backpack and produced an entire live show and set everything up in about 20 minutes. So what you're hearing is pretty excellent, all things considered, and it speaks to your wizardry. And yeah, just echoing, we had a fantastic time. We went out afterwards to a local bar with a bunch of people who were at the show. Media friends came out. I cannot stress enough how grateful we are for everybody who showed up, who had a great time, who, you know, we were able to talk to and hear about their college football lives. It truly, and I know I'm speaking for you, Ty, here, but we were very grateful for everybody that made that evening pretty special.
Absolutely. Good times all around. We appreciate everyone who not only stopped by, but media friends who came on up and again helped add to the flavor of what it was we were trying to do. More on that in a second, but very quickly, if you're a new listener, if you don't know what we're all about here in the off season, just because the college football season is over does not mean we stop podcasting. Dan and I will be producing at a minimum one show a week, usually every Wednesday. You can tune back into your podcast aggregator, to our website, to any of our social channels, and find more about what we're talking about. We put a call out on Twitter and Facebook and some other places. Try and get some feedback on what people liked last offseason, where we might head this offseason, Dan.
The responses were pretty universal in that people really like nerding out in some form, whether it was the How College Football Works, which we have an episode ready to go, correct?
Yep, correct.
We have an episode that'll be, if I had to guess, the next 2 or 3 weeks.
That is correct, yep.
Ready to go, which I think may be our nerdiest that we've done, so I'm pretty happy about that. So scheme stuff people really want to hear more of, and we can certainly accommodate that. I think we're going to, as in the next few weeks, I think figure out a way to look back on the season, because everything moves so quickly and there are so many games, sort of figure out where teams went right and went wrong. So obviously there's a ton of material to go over and figure things out. We've got the second signing day coming up here in 2 or 3 weeks as well. So we'll be talking about that. We have Q&As throughout the off season. We'll have, off college football, it'll be 98% college football, but anytime, I'll make this promise, Ty, anytime we do a non-college football show, which I find to be particularly fun, like our secret garbage bracket that we did last year, our 90s video game show that we did with Bill Barnwell, I will make this promise. There will be a second episode that week that has to do with football, be it a Q&A, be it whatever. We will have that second to sort of pair with it because we care, Ty.
Please do if you have any feedback, if you want to let us know on Facebook or Twitter, or even email us at solidverbal@gmail.com. We've got a bunch of new things in the pipeline over the next couple months, whether it's a show, whether it's something in the tech space. We're working on all sorts of little things here in the lab. So reach on out. Let us know what is on your mind. And don't forget, you can tune in at a minimum every Wednesday. We'll be putting out a brand new podcast. So keep it right here. If you're into the verbal, if you're into college football, we will do our best over the doldrums of the college football offseason to keep y'all entertained. Okay.
Yes.
What is this show we're about to put forth?
This is our live show from Atlanta, Ty. This is what we did was we constructed a high school yearbook version of a look back onto the 2017. That's right, the 2017 season. So we have superlatives. We looked across college football fan bases to figure out which cliques various fan bases fit into. And we just generally had fun figuring out how, September through early January fits into a 2017 version of a 1998 high school yearbook.
It was a ton of fun. We worked right up until we hit record to get this in good working order. Thank you so much again to everyone who came out to the show, who expressed interest in the show. There will be a live show later in the year. We're going to do Fantasy Things again out on the road in a different city, one that we haven't visited yet. And we'll probably do a live show, I'm thinking, on the West Coast next year for the National Championship as well.
Yes. Oh, Best Coast National Championship. I can feel it already. Can I ask you one question before we play the episode?
Sure.
Did you leave in the part, and this is all about transparency, did you leave in the part at the very, very, very end of the show, right before the Q&A, where you asked the audience for a round of applause?
Yes, I left it in. It wasn't what I meant. I wasn't trying to be boorish.
I loved it.
That's sort of the way
you just wanted a natural conclusion to the recorded part of the show.
Without further ado, Dan, here is the Atlanta Live Show.
Welcome to the Solid Verbal.
The Solid Verbal. Come after me! I'm a man! I'm for
Friends, family, and loyal verballers. The season is coming to an end, but we will never, ever forget the lasting friendships we made and the special memories we shared. Put your hands together for Ty and Dan.
Ty Hildenbrand. Dan Rubinstein. Whoa! Oh my God! Ty forgot to turn his Spotify off. Come on, Ty. Here we go. How you guys doing tonight? You guys warm? Everything good? You guys fine? You are squeezed in here. Thank you very much. This is alarm. There is a horde upon us. And
there's a lot going on here tonight. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, Atlanta, for coming out. Give yourself a round of applause. So, hopefully everybody's comfortable.
Yeah.
It's warmer in here than it is out there, so I guess that's the good news, right?
Yeah. No, Ty.
We're okay with that?
I feel great. So, what are we doing here tonight?
Well, tonight we have a huge following in Atlanta, as evidenced by our crowd here this evening.
Who would rather watch us than NFL football, which
right?
obviously.
And as you know, one of the things people who have listened to the show for a long time know, we have done for as many years as I can remember something we call the VERBs, which is our own little award show that we invented because we just wanted to invent our own award show.
Yeah, why not?
We forgot to take a vote this year.
Yeah, we're doing something new.
We're doing something new, so we thought this would be ample opportunity to maybe put something new together, kind of in the spirit of the Verbies, but at the same time, not quite the actual Verbies.
Right. So we're putting together a high school yearbook. We are dorks who graduated high school in. Oh man, you're older than I am, aren't you?
I am.
2099?
I graduated 2000.
Okay, I graduated in 2001, and as you can tell, this is just stylish. This is good design right here. So we have a high school yearbook. We have superlatives. We have clicks. We're going through. I'm going to write an uncomfortable message and sign it at the end. No, for Ty, we're going to stay in touch over the summer, and we're just going to have fun with it. We're going to celebrate the 2017 season. We're going to celebrate you. We are going to have guests here, which we like and hopefully you will like. You will be familiar with them if you've listened to the show at all. And we're listen, we played what? Harvey Danger and Semisonic. Like, you know where this is going. There's nothing accidental. So we have a lot in store for you. And I had a good time this season, Ty.
I had a great time this season. And you know, part of what you find when you go through an exercise like this,
Yeah.
and you try to figure out, all right, what are our yearbook superlatives? You realize what the real nuance of the season is, what the goofiness, where the goofiness was, and the things that really gave us the most enjoyment, not just from people who emailed in or called in or were part of the show in some capacity, but just the stuff that you and I enjoyed. You know, not everyone gets to hear the cutting room floor the way that we do.
Right.
And the stuff that we tend to enjoy the most is what we also cut the most, because we realize we can't fill up an entire show talking about Josh Rosen and his hot takes.
I'm fine with that. Yeah.
I am too, but I don't know if everybody else is.
True. Yeah.
So I think
people in Atlanta love UCLA. That is the obvious.
clearly
This is a hot brewing town.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So we had a lot of fun putting this together. We hope everyone's comfortable. By a show of hands, if we could.
Yeah.
How many people are here against their will? We got one.
Shout out there. Shout out here. Shout out here.
Those were very.
Are you guys comfortable? Can we get you anything? No?
We have
great.
2 spare bottles of Shinerbach in the back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Ty and I have already started.
Yeah, we've started.
Yeah.
Well, thank you to everybody for coming. Our goal tonight is to not just do a show for the people who listen to us regularly, but also make it fun for everybody involved here this evening. So thank you to everyone for coming in. We know it's a little cramped for space. It might get a little bit warm, but the folks here at Switch Yards have done a good job getting as many seats in here as we can, and we promise to try and make it as fun as we can for you over the next hour and 15 or so. And then typically what we'll do, as we've done on all of our live shows, after about an hour and 15, we'll essentially cut the recording. We've got some microphones here, and
Too hot for podcast.
That's right.
Yeah.
Too hot for podcast.
Too hot for pod. Yeah.
We will take some Q&A. Because
Yes,
people
we
seem to
will.
really enjoy that.
And I should mention, as soon as we settled on the fact that we were going to do a high school yearbook, Ty immediately said, "Ooh, I'm going to make a presentation." And so, first he said, "Ooh, I'm going to fire up PowerPoint." He's like, "No, I'm going Keynote." So, premium software, people.
This was a new technical challenge. Yeah. So, well, should we get into it?
Yeah, let's do this.
All right. So everybody knows, everyone's got a yearbook, hopefully. I would assume here in attendance. You know how it works. So we'll start off with a very easy one here.
Yeah.
Most likely to succeed. Every yearbook I've ever seen in my entire life has a most likely to succeed.
Yeah.
What are the defining qualities? This is an easy question. The defining qualities of most likely to succeed.
Sure.
Who in college football would fit that billing?
I mean, younger players showing potential early on that they're going to be around for a while. They'll be household names if they already aren't.
Right.
And that, look at this this electric personality, smarts,
Bubbling,
absolutely,
charming.
Sure, absolutely. They're going to be a household name.
But
Yes. Look at this animation, people.
what if we went on the older
Yeah. So, I mean, we could have
side
said
of the spectrum, Dan?
Right, we could have said Khalil Tate, Jonathan Taylor Tailback. We could have said J.K. Dobbins.
J.K. Dobbins.
Sure. But here's the thing
Lincoln
about
Riley, like all these people
Yes.
would have been so good for this. We picked Bill.
We did.
We picked Bill Hancock in the hotel room yesterday about 4:30.
You were so happy to
and
do
we were,
it, too.
I was very happy.
Yeah.
We were unanimous in
Yeah.
Bill Hancock.
Yeah. So Bill Hancock, if you don't know, he is what the president, the CEO, whatever he is of the college football playoff.
The PR figurehead.
Yes. And so basically, there was a BCS, and everybody hated it. And he said, "No, we're not having a playoff."
We can't, It is logistically impossible
And he was the head of the BCS.
to concoct any kind of playoff
Right.
because of school travel and class time.
Right.
You don't want to miss class time in college football, college app. I mean,
No.
guys, it's a problem. Okay, it's a real problem here.
Yeah.
So, logistically speaking, this was a bugaboo.
I love when you say that word.
And then
Yeah.
it became a PR thing, and miraculously within the span of about 6 to 8 weeks, they're like, "Oh, we can do a playoff.
Sure.
No problem, right?"
Yes. And then when people started saying, should it go to 6? Should it go to 8? Like, no. We cannot ruin the sanctity. Every semifinal matters.
Our new tradition
Yeah.
is 4 years old. We cannot ruin the sanctity of this tradition.
As soon as we go to 8, who's going to be in charge, Ty?
It's going to be Bill Hancock.
As soon as we go to 16, Ty, who's going to be in charge?
It's probably going to be Bill Hancock.
As soon as we have 20 teams on the field at the same time in a steel cage ladder college football match with a trophy atop, no helmets,
It's going to
no
be
rules.
It's going to be the Force Ghost of
Yes.
Bill Hancock.
2078.
Yes.
Bill Hancock is in charge. That man will succeed.
He will succeed. So, ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Bill Hancock. Most likely to succeed, 2017.
What do we have next?
All right, so the next one, you know,
there it is.
Not every yearbook has the drama king.
Right.
But there's always some allusion to somebody who's
sometimes they'll have a drama queen, and that's not fair. That's not right.
Just somebody who's embroiled constantly in drama. So our options, what were some of the options we kicked around for this one?
Oh my God, what did we kick around? So
for drama?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I was selfishly going in the Notre Dame direction with it.
Right, of course.
You know, that was more Ty Hildenbrandt than it was anything Notre Dame.
Right.
We had,
but we're in Georgia country and Notre Dame lost out. That's what happens. That's what happens.
We got claps.
Yeah.
We had a bunch that we sort of selected from.
Are you going to use Jim Harbaugh here? Are you going to use Lane Kiffin here? No, we talked about a number of things. But we settled on something sort of more... Yeah, there he is. So, here's a totally out of context quote from earlier today or yesterday. Ty Hildenbrandt, I can't stop staring at Baker Mayfield's crotch.
That's
out
true.
Of context?
No, that's true.
Accurate.
That's true.
Yeah.
So I laughed for a good 15 straight minutes when I found that picture.
I'm surprised you didn't use the blurred out one, which was so much funnier.
Well, his mouth is blurred out.
Oh, his mouth is. Okay, yeah. The important thing.
So Baker Mayfield, for those who aren't familiar with Baker Mayfield, Baker runs a little hot.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Runs a little hot.
You don't play Kansas and just stay cool.
No. Baker Mayfield is not playing solitaire on his laptop.
So we have the pretender sign from the Rose Bowl because that's what Lee Corso called him in August.
Right.
Memory, I guess.
And when an old man slights you, that's the moment. That's the moment.
I can't stand for this.
Right. That's the moment.
Right.
So we got the pretenders, and then we got the flag plant in the middle, which was an iconic moment.
Yeah.
Week 2, college football. Oklahoma goes on the road to Columbus, a big win, right? If they don't win that game, clearly they're not in the playoff.
Right.
But that was a defining moment for Baker Mayfield. He has a great game. All is well. Everyone's excited. He comes back out after, clearly a pre-planned stunt, and decides he's just going to drop the Oklahoma, the OU, right in the middle.
Yeah.
And everyone's dancing around him. And just kind of in a vacuum, I was for it.
Yeah, of course.
I was fine with that.
Oh, yeah. And because of Ohio law, he's now a state senator. He has planted the flag. And so he's very busy with a lot of election stuff. No, he's wonderful. And it's Drama King in the best possible way, right?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, we celebrate him.
The one that I don't get is the one on the right up there. Or I guess our left.
Yeah.
Or your left if you're watching from the audience.
We're competitive people. We've been there. We've beaten Kansas.
No! I haven't been there.
Okay.
So
no, I'm just saying in terms of in the moment.
Here's the context.
Yeah.
That did not occur in a vacuum. Baker Mayfield plays Kansas. Kansas has nothing to play for the most part.
Man.
Oh, yeah,
we're here to celebrate college football. Be cool.
They had very minimal to play for.
Okay.
And, you know, they seemed intent on playing for hurting Baker Mayfield.
Yeah.
That was their explicit goal in that game. And so they didn't shake hands. It seemed like they were out to try and hurt him.
Right.
And Baker, being who he is, got a little ruffled under the feathers, as I think any competitive person would.
Sure.
What I don't get is the crotch grab.
Yeah. No, I know. You run hot.
I've never had a moment in my life where I've thought...
What's the worst thing you've done on the field of competition?
On the field?
Yeah.
I've probably gone middle finger.
Yeah, of course.
The other hand gestures. Yeah. If I'm feeling creative, I'll do the Jack in the Box.
Oh, Ty. That's so much worse. What?
I know.
How could you be such a horrible person? A Jack in the Box.
But crotch grab.
Yeah.
I've never been in a situation where I felt the need to. Has anybody here done that?
Anybody in the back?
Does anybody want
Section 2?
We're seeing very few hands here.
Right.
So I'm not alone in saying that the crotch grab is a bit of a dying breed.
It's a lot. It's a lot. No, but you know what? I sort of appreciate it that if anybody was going to do it,
it's creative.
Yeah, a little Ernie McCracken to college football. A little Big Ern. Okay, what do we have next?
Put your hands together, Baker Mayfield.
Baker Mayfield.
Cutest
oh my god
couple
Yeah.
So we thought a lot about this one. And I was particularly taken by Brian Kelly and quarterback controversies.
Absolutely. Huge. Adorable.
Selfishly, again, because it's all about me. Who else did we consider here?
Oh, man. So we considered USC and expectations.
Jimbo.
It was rough.
More on that in a bit.
Yeah. Defensive coordinators and American currency.
Yeah. Jimbo Fisher, Texas A&M.
Yeah. Oh, my God. Hot and heavy. Wasn't sure if he was going to propose. Maybe he was just stringing them along. But there they are. There they are, Ty.
He was the last one left at midnight and needed a date.
Yeah, fair.
Texas A&M.
Yeah.
We decided to go a little bit closer.
I wanted to go Kirk Herbstreit and the Pac-12 too. It's like a will they, won't they?
That's right.
Are they going to do it? Are they going to end up together?
That's right.
Yeah.
We decided to cut a little closer to the solid verbal bone.
Yeah, we did.
And so, without further ado,
there he is. Adam Amin and food. Look at that.
And as a special treat to those of you who paid fine American currency to come and see this damn thing, please welcome Adam Amin.
Adam Amin.
Come on up.
Adam, are you hungry?
Yes.
Okay, good. Just making sure.
So starving right now.
Yes.
Hi,
how's
friends.
it?
How are you?
I'm doing wonderful. Look at all these beautiful people.
Look at this. How great are you guys right now? This is awesome.
You get to see Adam on a Saturday night, not a Friday night.
It's a very odd situation
special.
for all of them to be in right now.
So we have pictures of you.
I don't
At
think
work.
anyone could look. If you replace the barbecue in that first photo with like a baby, how evil would that look?
It's true.
That would be the most evil look you could possibly give while holding a child.
Happy, skeptical, out of his mind.
Notice what I'm skeptical at. The bloomin' onion.
The bloomin' onion. And is Ryan Nanny here? No,
of course
not.
Cannot defend himself.
Yeah.
So,
Still trying to get the smell off, actually.
Yeah,
right now.
that happens.
So, all right, you're a broadcaster. Obviously, everyone here loves you. But it takes some gumption to work yourself up to exposing that deeply personal moment of eating whatever.
In the middle of a game broadcast that people care about deeply. Shout out to, New Mexico fans?
I was going to say, listen, Colorado State fans are really intense.
Go Rams,
yeah. They decide to turn away from Michael Gallup and start talking about cocktail shrimp.
So what is the...
Really, those things go hand in hand as far as I'm concerned.
What is the genesis of Adam Amin and Food in the Booth?
So week one, we were in Madison, Wisconsin to open up the season, and we put together a brand new production crew. So we had a new producer and a director. The producer is basically the person in the truck that runs the entire show, and the director is the person that is in charge of all the camera shots that you see over the course of a game. So we got paired with a new producer and director, and I got paired with a new partner, Dusty Dvorak, former Oklahoma Sooner, and Molly McGrath was back with us on the sideline. And our producer is really creative, and he noticed that we were actually the youngest broadcast crew at ESPN for college football.
Is that true? Really?
This year for sure, and I don't know if this is a fact, but somebody told me that we were the youngest crew in the history of ESPN television for a college football package, like overall age. So,
look at this guy.
Yeah.
Before they were stars right here.
Nice job, parents, for waiting until we were going to be millennials. That's awesome. So our producer, while we were in the middle of the third quarter or something, had this billboard. Those billboards are the shots you see in the advertisements that pop up. College football is brought to you by. And one of the places that was nice enough to let us film some footage in their place was a place called Fromage. It's a cheese place in Wisconsin, because
we're all shocked that exists.
I know. I don't know if this is a fact, but I hear it's the first one ever.
Yeah.
So they decided to let us kind of indulge in some of their property and their product, and they brought it to the booth for us, and we showed off some of the cheese, and we started eating the cheese on TV because there's food in front of you, and why would you not eat it? Dusty, by the way, sidebar, was choking on a piece of brie on camera, and I did not realize it until after we went to commercial, and he started screaming for a bottle of water to try to clear out his throat because he almost died in our first game together. So that was fun. But we had so much fun with it, and it was really entertaining. And our producer was like, people really seem to like that moment for whatever reason. So a couple of weeks later, we're in El Paso, Texas. What do you do when you're in El Paso? You go get tacos. And our producer brought us a bunch of tacos to the booth. The week after that, we were in Boise, Idaho. What do you eat when you're in Idaho? Potatoes. And they brought us a bunch of potato products. And we didn't do it every single week. We didn't do it in, when the game was really, really tight or really good. We didn't force the issue, but when you get to the second half of the year, and it is UNLV against BYU, two teams that didn't have great seasons this year, don't have a ton to play for at the time, how do we spice it up a little bit? So we're in Las Vegas, and cocktail shrimp, because there's like 60,000 pounds of cocktail shrimp consumed there like every day, essentially, in Las Vegas. So.
Straight from the Spearmint Rhino, that shrimp, right to the booth.
Exactly. Yeah. You should have seen who delivered it. That was very interesting.
Okay.
So,
what was his name?
Yeah, it was James. James delivered it.
Okay.
So here's my question. When you get to week 9 and you realize you've been eating a lot in the booth, is that a heavy cross to bear?
You have to up the game every week.
I was going to say, I didn't think we had to really step up our game every single week. I think it was more the regional aspect of all of it. One day we did eat sandwiches because it was National Sandwich Day. We just felt that would be appropriate. How dare we dishonor the sanctity of National Sandwich Day? So we had to eat sandwiches that night in the booth.
Fair. Also, shout out to the obstructed view section over here. We see you and we love you.
We love you. We love you guys.
We cherish you.
This is like U2 with the 180 set.
Are you going to eat anything on the sideline at the national championship game?
I don't think that they're.
It's not going to be allowed on the field.
I don't think they're going to be very happy with us in the brand new stadium bringing food on the
Adam
sidelines.
Amin's eating nachos.
Yeah.
Although, as you guys accurately pointed out, apparently the prices for concessions at Mercedes-Benz Stadium are very reasonable,
very affordable.
That's a big win for all of you who are going to the game this year. Reasonably priced snacks and maybe some football. That's what we're here for.
It goes a long way. So, thank you for being half of our
Thank you guys for having. Oh my gosh,
and
this
guys,
is so cool.
in earnest now. He's a great broadcaster. He's an even better guy. So, put your hands together. Cutest
Adam
couple.
Amin.
Adam Amin and food.
Weird that he just happened to be here.
Weird.
We are so fortunate.
We had no idea. Yeah. So let's go from that. Let's go from that dramatic, personal, deep moment of sincerity to worse senioritis.
Oh yeah.
Did you have senioritis when you were in college or high school? I had it in college.
100% in high school. Oh my God, yes.
When did it set in for you?
Oh, junior year. I don't. No, probably the second semester that I just sort of, I studied for the tests I had, but I didn't really pay much attention.
So when we kicked this one around, we're trying to think, what exactly is senioritis? So everyone knows senioritis. It's like, all right, you're a senior. You kind of stop caring about what's going on in the classroom.
Just start fading.
Start mailing it in. Yeah. Like you kind of have the rest of.
What happened to that guy? Yeah.
The next thing is already planned out. So if I'm not here, it's not really going to affect my future.
Absolutely. Oh, North Carolina. Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, from day one, North Carolina was just like, nah, I'm good.
We had a conversation.
Yeah.
Excuse me. We had a conversation in the hotel room yesterday when we were putting this together. And Dan
3 weeks ago when we were putting this together.
Right. Very prepared.
Yeah.
Dan had one of the funnier comments that I wish would have been recorded. And he said, I kind of feel like North Carolina had mono all year, but no one knew that they were absent.
What happened to Trevor? Trevor was in AP US history in September, but still mono?
Yeah.
North Carolina still? I mean, good for North Carolina, but still?
To the point where, what's it, 1-7 in conference?
Yeah, not great. It just sort of disappeared. And we looked around college football, and even the bad teams that were expected to be okay, people talked about how they were bad. North Carolina is like, oh yeah, they have a football team, and they're not good. Oh yeah.
North Carolina. Put your hands together, North Carolina.
Yeah.
Class clown.
Yes.
I I feel like you would have been a good class clown
I was all right.
nominee.
My brother was better than I was. But yeah,
Which brother?
Max was better.
Really?
Yeah, he pranked. This is a very long story, but I'm going to make it short. My brother Max basically pranked called his history teacher as Regis Philbin when an old student was on Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. And he was on a payphone outside of the classroom because the teacher said, we might get a call, and it might be a lifeline call. And my brother went like, this is Regis, that kind of thing. And then just hung up. And came back into the room, and everybody looked like they had seen a ghost. And he said, what happened? And they're like, Regis called, but then he got cut off, and it's all bad. And then my brother cracked up, and it's so evil. But yeah, he was a good class clown.
That would definitely qualify for class clown. So this is like most likely to succeed. Every yearbook I've ever seen in my life, and I've seen probably two.
Yeah.
At least those two had class clown.
Right.
Class clown, college football. You got a bunch of different ways you can go. You got obviously Mike Gundy would be a strong candidate because of the hair.
See, I feel
the
like
hair goes a long way.
He is built for a yearbook. Like I would see, if we looked at a yearbook now, I feel like it would probably age pretty well. Like I feel like we've come pretty far. But Mike Gundy, he's just locked into like a 1977 yearbook. He's got a Grand Am or something. He's great.
Class clown, Gundy. If Les Miles were still in the game, Les Miles would be that sort of character. Just somebody who amuses folks.
Michigan's offense in the running.
Exactly.
Michigan's who's right there. My wife is here. Sorry. Sorry about that. What do we have?
We went a different direction.
Of course. How could we not?
We could go literal with the person or the coach, or we wanted to go collectively Lane Kiffin and the Twitter.
Yeah,
specifically
the Lane Kiffin
and
experience.
the Twitter, because both in their own right are interesting for separate reasons.
Yes.
Lane Kiffin obviously has had some modicum of success as a college football coach.
Yeah.
Controversial, mind you.
Sure.
Definitely controversial. But he has been successful. Look no further than what happened this year at Florida Atlantic.
Right.
He will be a sought-after name before long, once again. His Twitter sort of comes out of nowhere.
Right.
Sort of comes out of nowhere. For a long time, we didn't know much about Lane Kiffin.
Come to the FAU, capital U. That's how I always read it.
We didn't know about him. He was this murky, shadowy, controversial figure about whom we didn't know a whole lot. But now that we see his Twitter, Twitter can be a portal into someone's true personality.
I think that's right.
And he is here for the snarky jokes on Twitter.
Yeah, he's not here.
He's not here. Is he here?
Are you here, Lane? No? Okay.
Lane is not here. But he is there on all social media platforms for the Kim Jong-un Photoshop graphics. He's here for the rat poison
of course.
dig at Nick Saban.
Yeah.
I would imagine he's pretty much up, like Bud Light, up for whatever.
Yeah.
On Twitter.
Yeah.
I don't know, to get his name out there, even if it's just like a release for him personally.
Yeah. And the good thing about the class clown is everybody's glad that the class clown exists and provides a service in the back of the classroom. You definitely don't want to start dating seriously the class clown. You don't want to get in a road trip situation with the class clown. You just it's good to admire him from afar. 280 characters at a time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lane Kiffin, class clown.
Yeah.
All right, Dan, real quick, because we got to pay the bills. What shirt are you wearing right now? Just out of curiosity.
Probably a proper cloth shirt tie.
Is that what you wear to work?
That's what I wear to work. That's what I wear to sleep. When it fits you so well and you look so good, why ever take it off?
It's a completely custom-made, custom-fit shirt. Because as you know, finding a dress shirt that fits can be very difficult because something's always off. Thankfully, ordering a custom-fit shirt's never been easier thanks to our friends over at propercloth.com. You can easily create a custom shirt size in seconds by answering just 10 simple questions. You can choose from over 20 collar styles, 10 cuff styles, 500 fabric styles, classic to business, to completely customize the shirt and get the exact style that you want. The team over at Proper Cloth, they will work with all the best fabric producers around the globe They only buy fabrics that meet their high quality expectations. Best of all, they guarantee a perfect fit. So if somehow you get it and it doesn't fit, they will remake it for free. We've said it time and time again, it's the future of shirts, completely custom just for you, starting at just $80. Stop wearing shirts that don't fit. Look your best with a custom fitted shirt. Go to propercloth.com/solid. propercloth.com/solid today. Enter the gift code SOLID, SOLID, and save $20 on your first shirt, Dan.
Ty, I'm going to a wedding in suburban Detroit this coming weekend. What will I be wearing?
Proper cloth.
I will be wearing proper cloth.
And as you're headed to that wedding, I know we're a rough and tumble crew, but you need to clean up, Dan.
Always.
And I would suggest maybe you consider using your Harry's razor.
It's ready to go.
Harry's can save you about $100 a year if you're a frequent shaver. I've used Harry's for quite some time. It works well for me. We've had other people write in. They appreciate that Harry's is a sponsor of the program. What I like about it is the razor.
Yeah.
You buy one off the shelf, it's like shaving with a 747. Harry's is sleek. Harry's is stylish. Harry's is smooth. Harry's is all about a great shave at a fair price.
I like how it feels in my hand, Ty. There's a great grip. There's heft to it in the best way.
Over 3 million guys have switched over to Harry's, Dan. A good shave comes down to the blades. And because Harry's owns their own factory, they're able to deliver amazing quality blades at just $2 a blade compared to the, $4 or more you'll pay at the drugstore.
Ridiculous.
All of their products are backed by a 100% quality guarantee. They're so confident, Dan, that you're going to love their blades that they'll give you their trial shave set for free when you go to harrys.com/solid. That's HARRYS.com/solid. All you got to do is pay shipping. Claim your free trial offer from Harry's today. It's a $13 value that you get for free when you sign up. Again, just cover shipping. You get a weighted ergonomic razor handle, 5 precision-engineered blades with a lubricating strip and trimmer blade, rich lathering shave gel, and it's underrated, but the travel blade cover.
The greatest.
Get your free trial set today by going to harrys.com/solid right now. That's harrys.com/solid.
This one's important. This is So when we looked up, we went. I know it is too soon for Ty.
Most likely to be catfished.
Yeah.
Is what we have here.
Yeah. When we looked up what happens in modern yearbooks, because we are so old at this point and removed from yearbook time,
right?
This was a very popular category. Better than most likely to catfish, I would say.
Yeah, oh, definitely.
Yeah.
If you won most likely to be catfished, there's no way that's a compliment, right?
Disagree. Most likely to be catfish means you are genuine, you are earnest, you believe in the best of people. Why would anybody try to pull one over on me? That kind of thing.
It's like being voted most gullible.
Yes, it is. It's just the modern version of it.
Most likely to be catfished.
Yes.
So there is some, I guess, parallel in the catfishing universe and the college football universe.
As it turns out.
Manti Te'o with his former girlfriend.
Yeah.
Lenny Kukua.
Hey, may she rest in peace, everybody. Be respectful.
Most likely to be catfish is apparently a very real yearbook category. And so we kicked it around. We thought, what are the essential qualities of falling into the catfishing category?
Bad with technology.
Maybe
okay, you haven't clicked yet.
Maybe a willingness to sort of be accepted.
Yeah. Do whatever it takes to follow your dreams.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
We couldn't decide on just one.
We had a tie. There he is. There he is. There they are. Herm Edwards didn't, allegedly, know the name of his own team. Allegedly.
And Jim Harbaugh seems like he's very in the weeds with social media, but kind of a little bit like when the parents got social media, when the parents got Facebook. It's like, oh, cool. Like, we can be on. Can we be your friend?
Right.
How does it work?
Jim Harbaugh feels like if a pop-up came up that said, there's a virus on your computer, please call this number with your social security number, he'd be like, yeah, I have to. Thank God they gave me this number.
are owed $150 million from the Queen of Nigeria.
You never know. Jim Harbaugh's in. Herm Edwards it feels like he's been away for so long. You know, he's going to go into Instagram DMs to talk to recruits. He's 100% getting catfished.
My thing with Herm Edwards, excuse me, was, you know, we had a bunch of, we were trying to figure out categories and then candidates and actual winners for some of these categories. And for Herm Edwards, I was really torn because he totally fits the bill here.
Right.
Totally fits the bill here.
Of course.
But he also kind of fits the bill of someone who, like, may have at some point, either via Facebook or some other social media platform, really tried to sell you on, like, selling Herbalife.
Absolutely.
You know?
Absolutely he does. Absolutely.
You know, like some sort of I hope there aren't any Herbalife dealers in here.
I could see Herm Edwards sending an entire letter in a text message. Like a 7-paragraph text message, love Herb. Yeah. I could 100% see that. And the same for Harbaugh. Absolutely.
They both fall into the category of, I think, being a little bit too eager and maybe in some of the wrong ways because technology is a few light years in front of them.
Yeah.
Or behind them, depending on your perspective. So, Herm Edwards, Jim Harbaugh.
Herm Edwards.
So, we don't know any of those kids, by the way. That is what appears when you do a Google image search for 1997 high school.
That's true. So we don't have the rights to these.
My particular favorite is the gentleman in the lower right corner going with the My First Mustache look. It is always a classic in every high school yearbook.
Yeah.
One of the things that's a pretty prominent...
He looks like he's hiding something.
Oh,
he's got a secret.
He's got something.
Yeah.
One of the things that we've noticed in most yearbooks is it's not just superlatives, but they also try to identify, like, friends forever.
Yeah.
You know,
different student groups.
Best cliques.
Yeah.
You know, the bandos.
Yeah.
The tech geeks. The
AV club.
AV
chess
club.
Yeah, the various clubs. Sure.
Stuff like that. Well, there's some obvious tie-in to what goes on in college football in a variety of different ways.
Yes.
So we thought maybe we'd invite another esteemed guest,
please,
of the Solid Verbal up onto the stage.
Something
with
like
us
that.
Here.
Yeah.
From SI.com, Mr. Andy Staples. Come on up.
Andy Staples.
All right, I'm gonna knock.
How you feeling?
Over yet. I'm good. I'm good.
You must be cold. You run warm.
I live in Florida.
Yeah,
this is
true.
I can't handle this.
Oh. Ooh, turn the mic on. We have it.
Okay.
This is why he's a technological genius.
Yes.
Okay. When I have problems with my podcast, I just text hi.
Yeah. This is true.
So, okay, student life clicks.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm glad you mentioned Friends Forever pages.
Of course.
My yearbook, and I was on the yearbook staff, by the way.
Obviously.
Look at him. Did it look like this?
Yes.
Yes, right?
I graduated high school in 96, so this is perfect right here.
This is right in his...
But so the Friends Forever
That is
pages,
Andy, right here.
Exactly. That is me. The Friends Forever pages were basically the rich kids who could afford
to take
pay
out
$300 to the yearbook staff. Thanks for that.
The class inseparables, right? The inseparables.
Yes. None of my friends invited me to this.
Ooh.
No. Oh, no. I thank them for this.
Oh, okay.
Because there's like this bridge in a playground right off campus, and everybody shouted on the same bridge. And it's like all the people that never invited me to a party in one place.
Oh,
wow!
But now look at you.
It hurt.
You also eat and cover college football.
That's right.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
They're all doctors and lawyers.
Yeah. Losers.
Dorks.
So we have cliques, Ty, that Andy's going to help us out with. We have our own opinion.
All right.
But as somebody who is carefully studied in the art of 80s and 90s teen
The
movies,
dark arts,
I've also been yelled at by every fan base in America.
That's true.
I feel like I've got a good handle on it.
So the reason Andy mentions that is by looking at cliques in a yearbook, we are going to we're going to associate various cliques with college football fan bases because obviously.
And I see some members of my cliques.
Yeah?
Here. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Where should we start, Ty?
Let's start with. Do you want to start with the band?
Yeah, let's start with the band.
All right.
Do you have your band?
I do, but it's not so much related to the school's band.
For sure.
Because
it's the type of person.
If you've ever pissed off a band group, on social media, you know they are a small group, but they are a vicious group.
Right.
Yes.
Vocal minorities, right?
They're the honey badgers.
That's exactly right. So I'm going to go with one near and dear to the heart of someone on this stage. The University of Oregon.
Ooh.
Whoa.
Okay. No, it's okay.
They get 60,000 people into their stadium, but if you run afoul of them.
Oh, good use of a foul with Oregon. I didn't miss that.
I didn't even have to pay Disney a royalty for
well
that
done.
one. So, but no, if you say something that ticks them off, if you maybe suggest during Mark Helfrich's tenure that he didn't recruit very well before he got fired. Now they say that too.
Yeah.
But they would come at you with some of the most horribly misspelled, poor grammar.
It's rough.
And just vicious.
I apologize.
And those are just Stan's texts.
Yeah, I really do. I feel so bad because you're so kind and nice in real life.
Normally, yeah.
Ty, who did we have as our bandos?
I mean, what is paramount of a bando?
Sure. Well, so
it's sort of
they
like,
have a skill,
right?
They have a very specific set of skills. I apologize.
a very specific set.
Yeah.
Now I'm imagining somebody getting a piccolo shoved through their brain.
Right. Yeah, absolutely. No, there's talent. There's talent associated. You know, they're precise in what they do. They have a musical talent, but certainly there is a pack, a tribal mentality to a band member.
And it's not the right answer. I kept thinking like a Navy.
Yeah.
Because the Navy is very specific in what they do. A little bit walled off for a variety of reasons for maybe the college football ether at large, but still kind of in that mold where they're very specialized.
Yeah, and bando's great at push-ups.
That's right.
Great at push-ups, yeah, notoriously.
So it may not be quite as controversial as Oregon, but that was sort of my first, that was kind of the line, the train of my thinking here.
So what did we say? I think I had like Pac-12 fans in general.
Yeah.
I think I had something like that where they go to good schools.
Right.
There's a certain amount of like, what about us, the forgotten class.
Yeah, they do feel forgotten.
Yeah.
And then when you point out that they don't care enough to even get their own network on DirecTV.
Right.
They get mad.
Oh, I'm aware. I'm aware.
You're not willing to spend $1.20 for your network.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, so next one is simply the cool kids.
Who are the cool kids?
The cool kids...
They don't exist.
Well, no,
college football.
I'm glad you established that we're talking circa mid-90s.
Right.
Because as we know, the cool kids are now the popular, or the nerds are now the popular kids.
Right.
So things are all upside down.
Is that true?
I think so.
I have nieces in high school. Dude,
big moment for Ty.
we would have killed it in high school now. But okay, so the cool kids, I went with Texas.
Okay.
So they got money. They got all the hip spots.
Yeah.
They know all the right places.
Yeah.
But when you look a little deeper, there's not really anything.
A lot of insecurity. He's not wrong.
A fervently anti-Texas crowd here.
6-6.
Yeah.
They are 6-6 at life.
Wow.
Whoa! Somebody tweet that out.
Tough
please.
but fair. Tough but fair.
The nerds, they're going 10-2.
Yeah. See, I had TCU.
TCU. We both agreed on TCU.
TCU just because if we are going to go with the textbook definition of cool, it's just that they're sort of above it all. They're chiller than they should be. They're in the better part of the DFW area. And
they're not quite as uppity as SMU.
Right, you're not as uppity as SMU. Yeah. And like, if they go 9-3 and 10-2 every year, they're sort of cool. They love their coach.
Yeah.
They're just sort of like.
And the other,
they still have all those girls dancing behind the visitors' bench.
You said it, not me.
Which is on purpose, by the way.
Yeah.
The other,
Connie, you do Texas AD, bring in the good ideas.
Yes.
The other key element is expectations.
Yes.
And the expectations at TCU aren't nearly as high as they are at Texas. I think that's fair to say in a given year.
True.
And the cool kids always kind of have that aura where they know there might be some expectations that exist, but at the same time don't really care.
Yeah.
Like they got kind of above it.
See, we went to different high schools.
I'm learning this.
In high school, there was a very much implied arrogance among the cool kids.
Right.
And hence my choice.
Yeah, I think it's right. I think you nailed it. What's our next item?
Where do we want to go next? Let's say jocks.
The jocks, this one's easy. And we've got a prime example right in here, here in front. The University of Alabama.
Whoa!
This is the type of fan base that when you were trying to do what a nice, normal LSU fan would do and pass out at Crystal after a horrible loss.
Just trying to get a good night's sleep.
They will teabag you.
Yeah.
That's the jocks.
So, one,
That's
Roll down.
one, roll tide. Two, this was so easy. This one.
Oh, yeah.
This was so simple and it was so easy. And what I wrote down in trying to figure this out is, who would Oaf from Revenge of the Nerds root for?
Yeah.
An ogre?
Ogre, excuse me. That's on me.
Yeah.
And I just
Fred
rolled tide.
Polowatsky?
Wow, see, that's a deep cut.
Deep
cut.
And that's why Andy is in the Nerds. That's why Andy. What do we have next?
what was the one?
That movie does not hold up.
Do we want to go to the Nerds? I have a Nerds one. Let's go to
the Nerds one. Yeah.
Yeah, we got another one in the front row. Did you guys?
No, we
plan
did not
this?
plan this.
Oh, okay.
What do we have? Oh
Michigan.
man,
We had this too. We had this too.
I think we
the
had this,
Michigan
yeah.
man.
Yeah.
A Michigan man is someone who, in class, when the teacher's about to dismiss you,
Yeah.
will raise his hand and say, "Miss Crenshaw, you forgot to give us homework." And a Michigan man always does his homework.
Part of me was, so when I thought about the sort of generic term for nerds, I was thinking somebody who cares way too much, right? Somebody who like, if we're gonna take the stereotype, like a Star Wars or a sci-fi nerd, they're deep diving every minute thing.
So we had a guy at my high school who he would wear the periodic table of the elements shirt,
course.
the schematic of the Enterprise.
Yeah.
But his thing was Babylon 5.
Okay, sure.
He was deep into Babylon
Yes.
5. And that's the Michigan man too.
I don't think you're wrong, but this is the direction I went. They care too much. They care every day. They're trying to overturn every rock for a clue about something, some new nugget of information. So, shout out to Ole Miss and Mississippi State fans.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
The state of Mississippi needs to do some other stuff. Needs some different extracurriculars.
Did you ever have nerds get into fights at your high school?
Sure. I actually did.
Is that not the Egg Bowl?
It's 100%. We're on the same page. And I like the bridge that this has between Shea Patterson.
Yeah,
It's like, it
yeah.
makes sense. Right to Michigan from Ole Miss. Yeah.
A direct line of sight. Yeah.
Yes. What is our, do we have a final click that we want to
Spacing on the final one.
Drama nerds.
Drama
Drama.
nerds. Thank you.
Drama dorks, I believe.
Drama
Drama
dorks. This is what we
She
had.
texted me.
Excuse
Yes.
This one, these people are the most theatrical fans I know. Mm-hmm. I don't understand what they're saying half the time. I don't know if I even want to know.
Uh-huh.
Texas A&M.
Yes. There it is.
Like this part I get. Gig 'em. Howdy.
Yeah.
But when,
Cool.
when the yell leaders get up there and they start doing this. I don't know what that means.
Right.
But 80,000 people in the stands do.
Right.
And that bothers me.
They're weirdly exclusive.
Very.
Drama dorks. They put on shows for things that why there are horses, I think.
There's
I've seen
collie.
horses. Yeah,
There's collie.
There's a dog that's worshipped. It feels very dramatic,
The
very
dog is like the
theatrical.
commanding officer.
Right. Yes, the dog is the general.
That is exactly something that my drama club would have done.
Yes, worshipped a dog. I don't think we can go any further.
I don't know.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Andy
Andy
Staples.
Staples.
Andy Staples.
I'm sorry. Where's my wife? I'm sorry. I'm sorry he said those things about Michigan.
So this is another category for the obstructive view section that we looked online because we've been out of the yearbook game for quite some time now.
Right.
And they apparently have a category for worst driver.
This
In a lot of
seems strange.
yearbooks.
Yeah.
It's, and of some of the other ones that you find, you see most unique.
Right. And it's actually tough to find a bad driver because it's
tough
all
to find a bad
16-year-olds.
driver.
Yeah.
But like most unique, at least, it's something you want to give to somebody that you sort of like but don't want to compliment.
Right.
Right?
Absolutely.
But worst driver is pretty much a dig.
Yes.
And
you are bad at this central life thing.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the only reason that you could ever win worst driver is if like you crashed into the school.
Right. If you did, you could win it if you were like a charmingly bad driver, but I don't know exactly what that means. But yes, that would be a way to honor somebody like that.
So you can draw your own parallels here into the college football world. Mm-hmm. We drove a fairly obvious one with our selection.
Yeah.
like, it's difficult to screw up driving an automatic car, right?
Yeah, very.
It's tough to have a losing record at Florida.
It really is.
It's tough to drive that program into the ground.
In fairness, in his 2+ seasons at Florida, he did not have a losing record. He was 22-12. He won the SEC East twice. By all accounts,
yes,
that's a good thing, right?
Right, absolutely.
So why worst driver?
So, just as a program it's pretty easy to win at Florida, relatively speaking. And for Jim McElwain, this is another out of context tie quote, like the Baker Mayfield junk thing. I can't stop looking at Jim McElwain's face. I cannot stop.
This is my favorite picture in the history of college football.
Yeah, he really likes this. So it's just a matter of he screwed up basic things. He screwed up. He never put his blinker on at Florida. He never checked the mirrors.
Yeah.
He never merged carefully, and that's how you get on and you get off real quickly. And now he's gone.
I never got past this picture.
Yeah. I think we only really included this.
This is the only reason that I included it. But that was my first inkling that he might not be cut out for Florida, where they're a little lower in latitude, and the sun's a little bit stronger, and you go to an interview with the binocular tan.
Yeah, this is true.
So you're right. There were many things, many key aspects.
It was just easy for like you said. It's just an insult, right? It's
totally. It's purely an insult,
and it's easy for everybody to agree. Ooh, yeah, he's bad. Like, he's real bad.
Mike crashed into the gym.
Yeah.
Oh, worst driver, right?
Worst driver.
It's very obvious. It did not go well. He was fired before the end of the season.
Right.
Has that picture in perpetuity on the internet.
Yeah.
And now we have it 3 times in our presentation.
Yeah. So. Jim McElwain, everybody.
Jim McElwain. Class heartbreaker.
Ooh. Okay, how would you define this?
A heartbreaker is somebody that everybody wants to like. Most people do.
We want to believe in you.
We want to believe in you. You break our heart.
You do.
You break our heart, either by lying to us, by letting us down, by maybe just not being as into us or it or something as we are.
We see so much good in you.
There's so much good in you. Why can't it just work out?
Right.
Why can't it just work out?
Is there a story that you like? This is a lot of passion. Everything cool?
I'm okay.
Okay.
Heartbreaker.
Yeah.
In everyone's yearbook again is something that you see. I don't know if that's considered a compliment. Maybe some people view it as a compliment.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a compliment in that. Do we have? There he is. Oh, Sam. Oh, Sam. Not another pick. We want a good Pac-12 team, please.
We just went broadly USC Trojans.
Yeah.
Does anybody here feel, I don't know, satisfied by USC? That's probably the wrong way to phrase it. Yeah. But
there are children here.
In the last 10 years.
Right. No, they're disappointing.
I mean, it's every year.
We want to believe in them. They're bad drivers. Yeah.
This was the year. As was the last year. As was the year before that. As was the year before that.
Right.
Every year is the year for USC because they've got a wealth of talent. They've usually got a pretty good quarterback.
Yeah.
They've always got I guess until recently, a pretty high-profile coach. It doesn't
My
work.
favorite thing about Clay Helton, by the way, is I don't think he has, and I don't think he will ever be spotted in an airport.
No.
Because Clay Helton looks like every person at Hudson News. Clay Helton is always buying an issue of Vanity Fair and some mints. And that's a really sad way to describe
Clay Helton walked in right now,
nobody would know.
It'd be like a 50-40% hit rate.
Right. Should we bring somebody in that people do know?
I think maybe we should.
Let's bring 2 somebodies.
Why don't you put your hands together first
for Clay
and
Helton
foremost.
and the USC Trojans.
So we've got a couple left. And since we know that they've got a very prominent following in the greater Atlanta area, and since we're big fans of the fine work that they do.
It's Outcast. No, it's not Outcast. It's not. I lied. It's not Outcast. But that'd be really great, right?
With all that being said, we wanted to invite some other esteemed guests here.
These 2 people make me laugh as part of a trio in supermarkets when I listen to their show.
100%.
And it's embarrassing, and I keep listening. Not the show is not embarrassing.
No,
I keep listening in supermarkets and on trains, and They work with us. They're amazing people, and they are funnier than we are, and we happily admit that.
Absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, to help us out, Spencer Hall and Jason Kirk. Where are they?
Check.
Does Spencer look like you imagined?
Y'all get a look at this shirt, by the way. That's Pistol Pete with a gigantic bass.
So, in case you didn't know, in case you don't listen to our show, this is 2/3 of these shutdown full.
Yes.
Yeah. They are here in Atlanta. They live here in Atlanta. And we thought we couldn't do a show
Absolutely not.
without bringing these guys on to talk about all things college football weirdness. Mm-hmm. And so we thought maybe we could get some help trying to figure some of this stuff out. Yeah, so let's start easy. I know this is wheelhouse. Most likely to be mad scientist. Apparently, again, a category that we found courtesy of Google.
Yeah.
As we think around college football.
Somebody to take a dark turn at some point after the 2017 season. Somebody who has the capability to see the light.
You mean besides becoming a college football coach?
Yes.
I want to coach a child's game and make it incredibly violent. Then I'm not going to pay my employees.
No, you can't do that.
Because they don't pay them.
No.
That's the joke.
So somebody who does take that turn at some point, you've hung out with them for a while, and all of a sudden, what happened? What happened to this person?
Are they wearing eyeshadow?
Right.
That's a tough one.
So we can give you our read on it, and you can react to it. We've had a lot of fun with this gentleman.
Yeah, there he is. There's Josh Rosen. See, a lot of Bruin opinions in here.
And so,
hey, it's a Bruins town.
It's a Bruin town.
So my thought was this: Josh Rosen's a really good quarterback, and he's going to be a top 5 pick by all accounts. He should, if he wants to, have a really good career in the NFL. I'm not sure that's his end game. I'm not sure that that's what Josh Rosen wants to do when he grows up, when he retires. He may just want to master fusion, or disprove gravity waves, or do something a little bit more intellectually stimulating than playing the child's game.
Or install hot tubs in dorm rooms.
Right, exactly.
Or attempt to win games at UCLA.
Sure.
Too far.
Also tough.
Y'all don't care.
I like that we're all so dumb that somebody appears to be pretty bright, and we're like, he must be evil. He must... There must be something wrong with this outspoken.
What are we missing here?
See, you get how Georgia works. You're home. You're home now.
So that's where we went with it.
Let me go with Dabo Swinney.
Ooh, I like that. Continue.
Who, after figuring out that the key to college football is just paying lots of people to do the job for you, get your $2 million offensive coordinator, your $2 million defensive coordinator, convince a 5-star quarterback to come in. It's not a hard job. Until he goes and takes that Bama job.
Okay, sure.
Oh, okay.
Now he's got 100 assistants at his disposal, not just 2 or 3. So
I would
imagine the terror he can wreak.
He also had built a slide. You need megalomania.
Yeah, he's going to build a slide at Alabama.
Dabo got a little money, and that's how you know he's country and crazy. He's like, we'll put a slide in my house. Because I'll tell you, I'm white trash. That's the first thing that happens, man. First big paycheck I got, I'm buying a car.
I almost think, Dabo saw blank check recently. It's like, there's a lot of good ideas. Mr. McIntosh is onto something.
And then he bought a castle.
Yes, and he bought a castle.
That's not a joke. Nothing in this sport is actually a joke.
It's all very serious business.
He bought a castle.
He did 100% bought a castle.
Yeah.
And if he does end up at Bama and has 100 assistants, they're not minions.
That's
100%
true.
They're not minions. So
I got one other guy to
Please.
throw in there. Gary Patterson.
Ooh.
Oh.
Yeah, because if you're going to be a supervillain, you're going to take a dark turn, you got to be real sweaty, right? He's incredibly sweaty. He already has a physical deformity because he has a wooden leg. He doesn't actually have a wooden leg.
No, that's. I was shocked to learn that.
I just want everybody here to just believe that Gary Patterson has a wooden leg, right? Also, if you've heard him talk, like he did the film room.
Yes.
right?
It was awesome, by the way.
Well, yeah, it was awesome. But Gary doesn't explain anything to you. Like he'd be the guy who just go, okay, here's this equation over here. Okay, you just take sigma, you put it through all these quantum mechanics, and then you get that. And you're just like, well, wait. He's like, that's how you make a bomb that kills everybody but children. And that's what he. This
escalated quickly, Gary.
It's a dark turn here.
Yeah. So that's what he would do, right? Yeah. I mean, that's like he was sitting there explaining defenses, and Dana Holgerson's over here, and he's like, that means the big guy's gonna tackle that. Like Dana can like break it down for like the 18-year-old, right? And be like, point you that way.
Major Applewhite's in the corner, white as a ghost.
No, he's taking notes. Major Applewhite just treated it like a study session. He was just like, this is great shit, y'all. How do you do this?
They're just giving this away. Yeah.
That was not the most inspiring watch for a Houston fan, was it?
No,
right?
it could not have been. Not a good Houston week in general.
Is that even legal? Yeah, that's fine.
Next.
All right, so we can agree to some combination of Dabo with Gary, with Josh Rosen, who to some degree
I've never felt more Georgia. I'm happy to be here.
I never felt more Georgia.
What do we have next?
So we got another one that we need your help
flirt.
on. Biggest flirt.
So, can Lane Kiffin be nominated for
Lane Kiffin again?
He's won it 12 straight years, and there are regulations.
I mean, the man literally was posting memes of like himself taking the, what was he doing? Oh, he was intentionally following Kiffin to Tennessee accounts.
Yes.
Come on now. So I guess we're looking for like the interim biggest flirt.
Yes, interim biggest flirt. And how would you define flirting as in this sort of context?
Just sort of into everybody, charming.
Yep.
Maybe a little too charming.
Yeah.
Right?
Fair.
Not sure if you could totally trust him.
You don't know if there's a ton there beyond the actual initial flirtatious charm.
Kind of like the class clown, like the dating might not be the best career move.
Are they into me? Are they not into me?
Yeah,
Are they worth it? I don't know. I don't understand where they're coming from.
Yes. The biggest flirt.
Okay, I don't recall his name. The Ole Miss linebacker who recovered a fumble and then like did this toward the camera. I don't. If anyone has the name, throw it up.
No, I got a little sweaty.
Breland Speaks, right?
Yeah. So that's my first nominee. My second is Mike the Tiger, like the actual tiger.
The actual physical animal.
Tiger.
As if you've been there, Mike likes you. Like Mike will come up to the fence and he's like, "What's up, beautiful?" Like he's a very flirty cat, and he'll chuff at you. So he's got to like you though. So that's the thing. But yeah, other than that, huge flirt.
Let's go.
He'll also murder you.
Let's go, Willie Taggart.
Ooh.
Willie Taggart. So we talked about Willie Taggart's
Never heard of him.
to best flirt.
Is he new?
Hey man, he's got a lot of area codes.
That's true. I see where you went with that. So ultimately, it's just a sort of facade. It's a show. It's a flirt. There's not a ton of depth necessarily when they are fully exposed.
So we went in a different direction.
Yeah.
Spencer, I think you're going to appreciate this.
Aw. The playoff really thought Miami was into them.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
The turnover chain, the excitement, the second-year coach.
Right.
All of the bravado that comes along with being the Miami Hurricanes.
Right.
And having a program that's on the rise again.
Sure.
Yeah, so you're saying that like identity theft and fraud is something that's associated with the South Florida enterprise?
We're just learning, yes.
This has taken a dark turn, hasn't it?
I had a girlfriend in Miami, sure.
She went to a different high school, I swear. Yeah.
She just didn't show up.
It's also important to note that brother Mark Richt, he'll flirt with you, but he's not going to consummate this thing.
No, absolutely not. The Lord will not allow you to go that far, as per my knowledge of Mark Richt's beliefs. Yeah. So, I think this is right. I think we really wanted to believe that the interest was real.
We really did.
They charmed us with the win over Notre Dame.
Oh, it was so charming.
Yeah.
Very
you loved
charming.
that night.
I love that win.
Yeah.
My favorite win of the year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Same.
If only G-Chat could ban people from what I saw from Ty that night. Whew. That was a rough night.
So Miami Hurricanes.
The Miami Hurricanes felt like a flirtatious moment this year.
A flirtatious moment.
Yeah.
And for a brief moment, a hot moment, after Notre Dame was down and out in the ground, I was rooting for Miami.
Really? No, that makes sense.
And then I realized I couldn't trust him.
Yeah.
Can't trust a flirt.
That's true.
Miami.
Hail to Pitt. So this is sort of on a similar level as the flirtatious
And
one.
true story on best promposal for those in the obstructive view section.
I just recently learned this term, by the way.
We were recording a podcast, and some of you may have caught this if you listen to the show on the regular, where Dan, I'm assuming, thought that promposal, which was a new word to me up until recently, I must admit. Promposal is when you propose marriage to somebody.
That's what I thought.
At the prom.
You are from Georgia.
Yeah. This is what we do, right?
So apparently that's not true.
Not at all.
It is not true. It's just an elaborate way to ask somebody to go to the prom.
Did either of you, by the way, do anything elaborate for asking somebody to the prom?
Bro, I got engaged at the mall.
Is that true?
I've never lied with a mic in front
That
of me.
is true. How did you get engaged at a mall?
Because we'd already settled on it. We went to the jewelry store because I'm not picking out a ring.
Of course.
It'll be wrong.
Right.
She picks out the ring, and I'm like, here go. And she said, is that it? And I was like, I guess so.
Mr.
You want
Romance.
to put him on Biggest Flirt?
Yeah.
It worked, didn't it?
So promposal.
Spencer, did you?
Oh, yeah,
No?
yeah.
Yes?
No, I took the woman who was going to be who later was wife. And
Okay.
Like mother of my kids. That was cool. And I also went to another prom with another girl. But
Biggest Flirt.
that was complex.
Yeah.
So promposal is basically an elaborate way to ask somebody to go to the prom.
Yes.
And so we were thinking in terms
Maybe
of,
you do it a bunch. Maybe you're sort of, you wear them down.
it's a little contrived.
Yeah.
It's never, comfortable.
Right, you're going out of your way.
You post it on YouTube. It's
Sure.
very public.
Yeah.
Maybe you make an ass of yourself. Who knows? But everything's on Insta anyway, so who
Right.
cares? We were trying to think of college football unions, college football, just things that have occurred
More complicated than they need to
that
be.
have had some sort of elaborate construct around them. And we have one that we feel is a pretty strong category,
Yeah.
a pretty strong candidate in this category. Are there any that come to mind for you guys?
Ohio State's playoff case.
What is it? It's that Charlie Day image, right?
Yes.
Yeah, all right, so
The strings. Don't look at Iowa. Yeah.
nothing that happens in the state of Iowa counts.
Yeah. Do you have something?
Yeah, I think the Tennessee coaching search. Yes.
All right.
Because that was far too long.
Go Vols.
The thing I love about this is that they entered the whole thing and they're like, I'm gonna go to the store and I'm gonna buy some bread. Sit. Need to buy a big, dumb, blank loaf of bread. That's what my team needs. It's what my family needs. So they went there and they're like, well, maybe I want the multigrain. Maybe I want the multigrain with the flax seeds. His wife's mind, flax seeds are amazing. And then they got way too complex, and at the end, they just went out and got a big, dumb loaf of white bread. Yeah, took an hour and a half.
Yeah.
What were your initial reads on that whole situation? Because it seemed, and Andy, who's here, wrote a great article about how they wanted to bring in Greg Schiano, but it was clear that for better or worse, and whether we agree with it or not, the Tennessee fan base, the market didn't want it. They weren't interested in it. And you could dissect that a million different ways, but the truth of the matter is Andy's right. People didn't want him. They didn't want him for whatever reason. And that's sort of what kicked off this entire tire fire, as we would call it, with the Tennessee coaching search. What did you guys think when this went down?
I mean, I thought a lot because a lot of stuff happened. And after the Schiano one, it was like you saw a lot of national media types trying to boil it down to just one thing, or just just this or just that or just the other thing, and it was a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And that was just one of them. And then then you had Leach and you had
Doran and Cutcliffe.
Yeah, I mean, we ran out of images that we could fit on this slide
we'd need
for
another-
all the different people that were rumored.
Projector up here.
It was just incredible trying to follow it. And I don't know if we've seen a situation like this in college football where there was such strong negative reaction to a potential coaching hire. Every fan base has people who are naysayers when a new name is announced, but the fact that it seemed unanimously there were people out against Greg Schiano, and then we had, we'll say, anonymously Twitter trolls jumping out trying to organize larger outcry about this. I can't remember seeing anything like it.
Well, the bad news is John Curry did not find a date. Because John Curry is, he's probably watching some Netflix at home during the prom. That's
Crown,
fine.
yeah,
He's watching The Crown.
Hey, they said he's still getting paid, though.
That's good. That is good. Good for him. The American dream. Screw up and get paid.
I just enjoy that. Like, one of the results from this long fiasco of a search was that Mike Leach got an AD fired at another school.
That's talent.
That's amazing. You got your boss fired somewhere else before it ever happened.
That's the long con right there.
Yeah. That's phenomenal. I bet he got a chunk of the buyout and doesn't even know why.
Mike Leach. And it should be mentioned, Mike Leach spends a lot of time in South Florida. Pretty good.
He's got a house in Key West. He has to skedaddle and get to Cuba. You can do it in like 90 minutes.
That's like the Mike Leach People's Revolution. He's just overthrowing the... Mike Leach just seizing the means of production.
Would Mike Leach have worked at Tennessee?
Yeah.
How would the Tennessee brethren have felt about Mike Leach?
Well, I'm from Tennessee, and I will tell you, it's a state full of dull, dumb people for the most part. Okay, it is. It's like a bunch of dull, dumb people who don't like anything unusual, right? If he won, they would be like, nothing weird about that. He went for it on 4th and 32. Jesus would do that. Like that. That's the whole thing. If he'd won, right? Year one would have been real bad, right? But he needs to be like Knoxville. I think it would have been okay because like he's never worked anywhere like major. Right. By that I mean like he's never worked anywhere with like a large media apparatus just like clamped to his face all the time, right? And he'd have some of that with Tennessee, but Knoxville's like as close to a hinterland as like the SEC East is really gonna get. You know, hi Starkville. That's why I didn't say SEC. Like Starkville. I love Starkville, but yeah. But yeah, like I think he would have been. It would have been better than expected, and he would have worn out his welcome in 3 to 5.
Yeah,
3 to 5 years.
That sounds right.
Rent, don't buy. Yeah.
Okay.
Do we have anything?
We have Q&A next.
We have Q&A. So, ladies and gentlemen, an enormous round of applause for Spencer Hall.
So here's the way this next part works.
Yeah.
I am recording this, hopefully.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
On my laptop to post for people who weren't as lucky as y'all.
You know what? If they didn't come, screw
y'all?
them. Who cares?
For people who weren't as y'all? Did I do that right?
He does that, and I stopped correcting him. The y'all that you do is, it drives, say it for everybody how you say it.
Y'all.
No. What do you say on the show?
Y'all?
Yeah, that's it. And it's, oh my God.
I don't know where the apostrophe goes. It's weird.
Y apostrophe A-L-L.
Y'all. I still say Mario.
Yeah, he does say Mario.
The Philly area.
Ty, who's your favorite baseball team?
What's that?
Who's your favorite baseball team?
The Yankees.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
I'm the bad guy. Say hello to the bad guy.
No, he's just not from anywhere.
Here is the way this next part works.
Yeah.
For the people who are listening at home who can't be here, who are going to hear this on the podcast feed at some point next week, we want to give everyone a shout out. We want to give a big round of applause, at which point we'll cut the audio. We'll invite some people up here to ask some questions like we've done at a bunch of our other live shows.
Yes.
And we'll spend the next 20 minutes or so just chatting with everybody here. So if you could, please, I don't know, give us a round of applause. Thank you for coming out. That's enough. That's I'm uncomfortable.
I can't believe Ty said, give us a round of applause. It is the least Ty thing I've ever heard. I love that.
Hope everybody enjoyed their evening. Everyone was as comfortable as they could be.
Sorry about squeezing everybody in.
Hope everybody was warm. Big shout out and thank you to our friend Adam Amin.
Adam Amin.
Best of luck to you on Monday. Andy Staples in the back. Jason Kirk and Spencer Hall. Somewhere.
They left. They were hungry.
And give yourself a round of applause. What the hell?
Thank you very much.
Thank you. And we'll close out the way we always do. Stay solid.
Peace.
Alrighty, Dan, there you go. Live show in the books.
Oh, loved it. And Ty, something else I loved about it, I don't realize this because I live in a city with so many people. And I know Atlanta's a huge city, but we have listeners that live all over the, not even just Atlanta area, but the South. And since we had never done a show down there, people that enjoy the show, they drove, they full on made road trips to come see the show. It was
crazy.
Incredible to see and hear.
Absolutely crazy. We appreciate so much everyone coming on out.
Yes.
As you could tell, people had a lot of fun. It was a jovial atmosphere in downtown Atlanta. If you're interested in finding out more about future live shows, don't forget to sign up for our newsletter. That'll be your first line of defense where we announce things coming up in the future. But as we said at the top of the show, we absolutely have more in the pipeline, so stay tuned.
How about throw us some 5-star ratings? If you feel like we're a 5-star part of your life on iTunes, subscribe on iTunes. Every little bit helps. Yeah,
absolutely. We will be doing at a minimum one show a week, so we'd encourage all y'all to come back here.
I'm pushing Ty hard this off season. I'm pushing him hard.
All right.
There will be multi-show weeks.
Dan, that's all I got.
That's all I got.
We'll catch you all in a week. Keep it right here. In the meantime, stay solid.
Peace.